I never imagined that my marriage would end in betrayal, humiliation, and the sweetest revenge I could have ever imagined. My wife, Sanya, and I had been married for 7 years. On the surface, everything looked perfect. A nice home, a stable lifestyle, and social appearances that suggested happiness. But behind the curtains, the cracks were widening, and I had no idea just how deep they ran. It started with subtle signs. Sanya became distant, defensive, and constantly on her phone. She claimed long work hours and stress as reasons for her behavior, but something in my gut told me otherwise. Then, one night, I overheard a conversation she was having with her friend, one that hinted at meetings and emotional attachments I wasn't part of. My heart sank. I had suspected infidelity before, but nothing prepared me for the truth. A few days later, Sanya dropped the bombshell herself. She came into the living room, suitcase in hand, eyes filled with a mix of fear and excitement. "I want a divorce," she said, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. "I can't do this anymore."
"I need freedom."
And maybe someone else. Shock, anger, and disbelief collided inside me. The woman I had loved, trusted, and built a life with was walking away. But there was one thing she didn't know, something I had kept to myself for years. I had quietly built a thriving business on the side, earning $500K annually. She had no idea about my success because I had never flaunted money or power in our marriage. Instead of reacting emotionally, I decided to plan my epic revenge. This wasn't about petty spite. It was about exposing her greed, manipulation, and betrayal in the most satisfying way possible. First, I calmly let her proceed with the divorce proceedings, pretending to be financially average. Sanya thought she could leave, take minimal settlements, and still live lavishly off my perceived modest salary. Meanwhile, I meticulously prepared my plan. I gathered evidence of her affair, secret spending habits, and attempts to manipulate me into giving more than she deserved. Then came the turning point. During the property and settlement negotiations, I revealed my true financial situation. Instead of the modest life she imagined, I showed that I had assets, savings, and income far beyond what she thought. I had kept detailed records, business statements, and financial documents to back up my claim. The look on Sanya's face was priceless. Shock, fear, and realization washed over her as she understood that she had underestimated me, and that her attempts to manipulate or deceive me would not work. I didn't just reveal the money. I strategically leveraged it to negotiate terms that heavily favored me, ensuring she couldn't take more than she was legally entitled to, but the real revenge was more subtle and, in my opinion, far more satisfying. I exposed her affair to her social circle, sharing evidence with friends, family, and even her colleagues. Her reputation, carefully built over years of charm and social grace, crumbled within days. People who had once admired her suddenly saw the truth: greed, betrayal, and manipulation. Even as I remained calm and collected, Sanya's world was unraveling. She had demanded divorce, thinking she could take the upper hand, but she had no idea that I was not only financially secure, but fully aware of her actions. Her confidence evaporated, replaced by fear, shame, and helplessness. The aftermath was both empowering and enlightening. I walked away with my wealth, dignity, and peace of mind intact. Sanya, on the other hand, faced the consequences of her choices: a tarnished reputation, limited financial gain, and the bitter realization that betrayal rarely pays off. Reflecting on the ordeal, I realized the ultimate lesson: revenge isn't about anger, it's about strategy, patience, and clarity. By remaining calm, planning meticulously, and leveraging the truth, I turned a personal betrayal into a story of empowerment. I didn't need to yell, threaten, or act impulsively. The satisfaction came from seeing justice served, reputation corrected, and boundaries firmly established. Today, I live independently, focused on my business, personal growth, and rebuilding trust in the people around me. The experience has taught me invaluable lessons about deception, vigilance, and the power of keeping some truths close to your chest. Sanya's betrayal was painful, but it also revealed my strength, resilience, and capacity for strategic thinking. In the end, the divorce was not just a legal proceeding, it was a stage for truth, exposure, and ultimate revenge. Sanya demanded freedom, but I gave her accountability. She thought she could leave with advantage, but she left with lessons, consequences, and the realization that underestimating someone is often a grave mistake. Epic revenge. in my opinion, isn't loud or violent. It's smart, calculated, and undeniable. And that's exactly what I achieved.